What's up, guys? This is Jacob, or Half Drunk Hero, and today I want to tell you the story about how I am banned from SeaWorld. So this all started when I was quite a bit younger. I think I was around like 14 at the time. My dad came in and he was like, "Hey boy, get ready, cause we're going to SeaWorld." And I was like, "Nah, Dad, I really don't want to go to SeaWorld. I just want to sit here, play like PlayStation 2 or whatever." And he was like, "No, you're coming." And I was like, "Dad, alright, listen, I'll come with you, but I don't want you and Mom drinking if we go there." And he's like, "Look, boy, we just had your sister, and we ain't gonna drink. We're responsible parents now." And I was like, "Alright, Dad, I trust you." So I got ready and we went to SeaWorld. As soon as we got there, we're in the ticket line. My dad paid for the tickets. We took 2 steps into the park. He looked over to the closest employee and was like, "Hey man, where do you get the biggest beer around here?" and then I just kind of like rolled my eyes and I was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days." So obviously my mom and dad started drinking pretty heavily, and that goes on, basically the entire day. But I'm trying to make the most of it. It is SeaWorld after all, so obviously I'm gonna have a good time and everything. But it starts to get closer to the end of the day where the park is gonna close down, and certain sections wouldn't be available anymore. So we happen to be at the dolphin section, and my little sister, I don't know how old she was at the time, but she was leaning over to try to pet some of the dolphins or whatever that were chilling in the enclosure. And this random other dad out of nowhere was like, "Hey, whose kid is that? They shouldn't be leaning over the dolphin enclosure. The dolphins could grab her and pull her in, and then she would die." And my dad was like, "What the did you just say to my kid?" so of course, after this exchange, my dad goes up, and then this dad shows up, and he's like, "You're being a very irresponsible adult right now." And my dad's like, "You don't tell me how to fucking talk to my kids." So they start fighting, right? And then my dad doesn't really know how to fight, so he just starts gouging this guy's eyes for some reason. I don't know why my dad goes for that move. I'm not really sure why he does that, but so he starts doing that. The other guy he actually knows how to fight, and he's sober, so he's got 2 ups on my dad. So he starts just wailing on my dad, just punching him in the face over and over again, absolutely annihilating him. So then my mom sees this, and then she's like, Jacob, you're not gonna help your dad in this fight?" And then I was like, "No." And she's like, "You better get over there and help your father, or help your dad right now." And obviously she didn't say father, because this is a white trash family that I grew up with or whatever. But so I was like, "Alright, I mean, I guess." So I'm sitting there, I'm in cowboy boots, because of how white trash I was raised. I'm at SeaWorld with cowboy boots, shorts on, and no t-shirt. And then I walk over there, and then I just start kicking the guy in the back, because I don't know what to do. I'm just a kid, and my mom's telling me to do something. So I start kicking the dude in the back. So then, obviously seeing that this is unfair, now that dude's wife gets involved, and then she pushes me away, and she's like, "No, that's not cool, stop it." So then my mom's like, "What the hell did you just say to my boy?" And then so now they start getting into a fight, but they just start doing the typical hair pull stuff. So this whole thing is going on. Finally security shows up. They can see that my dad is almost blackout drunk at this point, right? Almost blackout drunk. And my mom is too. and they take us back to like the security room, and they were like, hey, all of you are banned from SeaWorld straight up. And then they were like, even you got involved in the fight. And I'm sitting there at like 14, like, I'm like, or 13 or 14 or something. I'm like sitting there like, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, how am I getting banned from this? And they were like, you were involved. Like, you came up and started kicking. We heard about you. So I'm just like imagining they have like a bunch of posters like lined up in like their break room. They're like, be on the lookout for this 13-year-old kid. Make sure he doesn't come back. But the craziest thing is that they were like, listen, they want to press charges and you want to press charges. But if you guys just both agree to not press charges, like we won't even call the cops. You guys can just leave. And then, of course, all the parties agreed to that. So they were like, oh, okay. You guys can just go now. And I'm like, he's like super drunk and he just got into a fight. He might have like brain damage or something right now. And they were like, no, you're fine. Just go ahead. Just get out of the park. We don't want to deal with you. So they basically gave my dad a pass on drinking all day at SeaWorld, getting into a fight, probably with brain damage from getting his head beat in, so like 50 times by this one dude. And then they were like, yeah, just take your 2 kids and then you can drive them home. I know you guys live like 45 minutes away. We had your IDs. It's fine. Just we what did they have back in the day? The map quest or something or whatever. They were like, yeah, I mean, it's only like 17 turns that you guys have to do. So, I mean, most of it's a straight line. You guys should be fine. Have a good day. But yeah, there's the story about how I got banned from SeaWorld from life. I haven't been back, but, I imagine that if I go back, they're just going to be like, they're going to be holding my picture still. And then like at the check-in line where you put in your ticket or whatever, give the ticket to the person, they're going to be like, no, not this guy. That's what I just imagine is going to happen. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my stories, or my story today. There's going to be more stories in the future. So yeah, if you like the story, just like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.